O Lord, you are unborn, absolute, and formless. You are beyond bliss and again bliss itself, the one and the infinite.
Bole Sri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. So devotees, Ganesh Utsav continues. A wonderful occasion of celebration and devotion. Continue to make maximum use of this time for your spiritual elevation. It is worth every moment spent in such devotion. We are here to worship Lord Ganesh, to listen to his glories, to intensify our understanding, to deepen our knowledge, and to make life make sense. Why worship Lord Ganesh? I shall explain from the great sage Rishi Atharvan, who compiled many wonderful verses telling us of the benefits of the worship of Lord Ganesh. So the question is, why worship Lord Ganesh? Many reasons. He gives 4. Mahavigyan pramuchati. Mahapapan pramuchati. Sarvadoshan pramuchati. Sasarvid bhavati. Meaning, through the worship of Lord Ganesh, Mahavigyan pramuchati, the greatest difficulties can be overcome. Think of these. I shall not go and elaborate to explain. You are intelligent people. Through the worship of Lord Ganesh, the greatest difficulties, whether it's personal, whether it's family, whatever might be the nature of it, the greatest difficulties are overcome. Mahapapan pramuchate. Man is imperfect, so he commits mistakes. He also sins, he falls short. So through the worship of Lord Ganesh, the greatest sins can be destroyed. And if that can't happen, then Ganesh Baba has no power, let's pack up and go home. But Ganeshji has all power, so he could do that. But you have to have the belief, and you have to have that confidence. Yeah, we have to worship him. Do your best and leave the rest in his capable hands. The third benefit or reason, sarvadoshan pramuchate. Forgiveness is given for the greatest mistakes, and I'll spend a little time on this. We know there's a law of karma. You plant a tree, you expect a fruit. You do good, you expect good. You do bad, so be it. You know what to expect. But what is missing in that statement is that God is also a forgiving God. Lord Krishna says, chapter 12, verse 13, Adveshta sarva bhutanang maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha chami. He says, those who are near and dear to me are those who have no malice and many other things, and those who are forgiving by nature. Now, the question is, Lord Krishna cannot ask us to be forgiven, and he is not forgiven. Get the point? Lord Krishna cannot tell us to be forgiving by nature, and he is not a forgiving Lord. So I want to impress upon you all that there is forgiveness in Sanatana Dharma. Obviously, not a case where I commit a sin, I am forgiven, I go back and do the same thing, then I am joking. And life is not a joke, and God is not a joke. But there is forgiveness. Ram Kripa, Ram Seva. To get the grace of God, the forgiveness of God, I have to serve him conscientiously. And in so doing, that can happen. And if God cannot forgive me, then what is the purpose of my Lord? What is the purpose of my Lord? So our Lord, Ganapati Baba, He is also forgiving of the greatest mistakes. So nobody should condemn themselves and feel you're nobody. Everybody is somebody. And we can all rise again if we change the way we think, we change the company we have, and we perform the right action. Simple. And lastly, why should we worship Lord Ganesh? SSRD bhavati. When we worship Lord Ganesh, we study his life, follow his teachings, right knowledge dawns upon the intellect. And when we have the right knowledge, we perform the right action, we get the right benefit. Right knowledge will lead to right action will bring the right benefits. So SSRD bhavati. Bearing this in mind, let us commence our worship of Lord Ganesh this evening. Invocation prayer. Focus upon the comely form of Ganapati Baba and chant his name, Om Gang Ganapatiye Namah. Lord, I have left the comfort of my home. I have come to this wonderful mandir, seeking your blessings, guidance, help, and protection. O Lord, shower your grace and mercy upon me, my home, and my family. I bow to you again and again. I am imperfect, but O Lord, you are the perfect master. And you know I am seeking betterment. I came in this world to make life make sense. I can happen through your grace, O Lord. I bow to you. Shower your mercy upon me. Om Sri Vigneshwaraya Namah. Om Gang Ganapataye Namah. We join in prayer. Om Sri Vigneshwaraya Namah. Om Sri Guru Charan Kamal Bhyo Namah. Om Sri Sharda Ay Namah. Om Namash Chandikaya. Om Namo Narayanaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Sri Uma Maheshwaraya Namah. Om Sri Sita Ramachandraya Namah. Om Radha Krishna Govindaya Namah. Om Pavanaya Pavanputraya Hring Hring Shri Hanumantaya Namah. Om Padbram Parampita Parameshwaraya Jagdishwaraya Namah. Ganapati Seva Mangalameva. Ganapati Seva Mangalameva. Seva se sabaya vighna kare. Teen lokatay tis devata. Dware khare sab arj kare. Riddhi siddhi daksh mam viraje. Aruyanand sochavar kare. Swami ki. After those moments of silent prayer meditation, I guess we should be prepared now to listen to the glories of Lord Ganesh, taken from Ganesh Puran. Our katha commences like this. Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Vigneshwaraye Namo Namam. भार पर में ही एक अन्य व्रत की किया जाता है जिसे सिद्धि विनायक व्रत कहते हैं। भार पर के शुक्ल पक्ष की चतुर्थी में इसे करे। प्रारंभ में सिद्ध विनायक का ध्यान कर उनके 21 नामों का उच्चारण करे। प्रत्येक नाम का उच्चारण करते समय एक प्रकार के वृक्ष की पत्ती समर्पित करें। वस्तुत 21 प्रकार के वृक्षों की पत्तियां पहले ही एकत्र कर लेनी चाहिए और क्रमानुसार नाम लेकर चढ़ाना चाहिए। यथा ओम सुमुखाय नमः, इसका उच्चारण करके शमी पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम गणाधीशाय नमः, यह कहकर भंग भैरया चढ़ावे। ओम उमापुत्राय नमः कहकर बेलपत्र चढ़ावे। ओम राजमुखाय नमः, ओम गजमुखाय नमः कहकर दुर्वा दल चढ़ावे। ओम लंबोदराय नमः कहकर परिपत्र है। ओम हरिसुनवे नमः कहकर धतुरे का पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम षट्कर्णाय नमः, ओम शूर्कणाय नमः कहकर तुलसी पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम वक्रतुंडाय नमः कहकर बलबती पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम गुहाग्रजाय नमः कहकर अपामर्ग पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम एकदंताय नमः कहकर भटकहैया पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम हेरंबाय नमः कहकर पलाश पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम चतुर्होत्रे नमः, ओम कहकर दाल चीनी चढ़ावे। ओम सर्वेश्वराय नमः, ओम कहकर अगस्त्य पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम विकटाय नमः कहकर कन्हेरी पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम इव तुम्बाय नमः, तुंडाय नमः कहकर पत्थर पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम विनायकाय नमः कहकर रोई पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम कपिलाय नमः कहकर अर्जुन पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम बटवे नमः कहकर बेदारू पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम भालचंद्राय नमः कहकर मरुआ पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम सराग्रजाय नमः कहकर गांधारी पत्र चढ़ावे। ओम सिद्धि विनायकाय नमः कहकर केकी पत्र चढ़ावे। हरि ओम तत्सत। ओम श्री विघ्नेश्वराय नमो नमः। ओम गंगणपतये नमः। Glorify Lord Ganesh. जय जय वरदा वरनाथ नाथ। Gajanan Swami Ki. Devotees, we are speaking of the worship of Lord Ganesh. And what I just read, 21 names or mantras pertaining to Lord Ganesh, and what, when the name is called, what particular leaf is offered to him. Now, I will mention all, then we'll make the point accordingly. Devotees, there is Shami leaf, the Sumukhai Mant Namaha. And each one of these has medicinal properties or usages that I will not go into, but you can always find out afterwards. I have it before me. In the interest of time, we all know there is homeopathy, there's namopathy, medicine from various sources, from chemicals, from plants, and also from dharma, religion. The next one, leaves that are used in the worship of Lord Ganesh. It is Brihati Patram, and the mantra is Ganadhipai Namah. Another leaf that can be used in the worship of Lord Ganesh, Bilva Patram, bay leaf, mantra Gauri Putrai Namah. Another leaf that can be used, or grass, whichever term you wish to use, Durvar Patram, Gananai Namah. Another one, Dhatur Patram, and Harsunve Namah. Another one, Badari Patram, Mand Lambodarai Namah. Another one, Apamarg Patram, and Guhagrajai Namah. Another one, Tulsi Patram, pay attention, Tulsi Patram, Gajakarnai Namah. Another leaf, Chut Patram, Ekadantai Namah, is the mantra. Karavir Patram, Vikatai Namah. Vishnu Kran Patram, Bhindantai Namah. Dadimi Patram, Vatave Namah. Dev Daru Patram, Sarveshwarai Namah. Maruvak Patram, Sureshwarai Namah. Sindhu Var Patram, Hirambai Namah. Jaji Patram, Surparkanai Namah. Gandaki Patram, Ganadhip Namah. Shami Patram, Ibhavaktraye Namah. Ashwat Patram, Vinakai Namah. Arjun Patram, Surasevitaye Namah. And finally, Ark Patram, Kapilai Namah. Devotees, I want to focus on just two. You heard all the names. Bay leaf, yes. Tulsi, undoubtedly. We are making this point, I know you have heard it before. But still yet some do not seem to be convinced. Here it is before us, one of the 21 leaves in the worship of Lord Ganesh is Tulsi Patram, and you recite the mantra Gajakarnaya Namah. Devotees, that's the authority, among others. And the other one is finally what I said, the Shami leaves. The Shami leaf, Shami Patram or Shami Patram. Now, I will speak on Shami. The worship of the Shami tree. Devotees, what is Shami? Shami or white kuch, K-U-T-C-H, English, is known for its immense medicinal properties. It says where it grows in India, etc., etc. We're not going to all of that. Devotees, this leaf is very beneficial for medicinal reasons, more importantly, in the worship of Lord Ganesh. It is also called Kejari. Now, a prayer has to be said when one is offering this. And the prayer goes as, Om Shami Shamyate Papam, Shami Shatrum Vinashanam, Arjunasya Dhanurdhari, Ramasya Priya Vadanam. O Shami, destroyer of sins and enemies, from the wood, your wood, the tree, Arjun made his bow and arrows. This tree is adored by Sri Ram. It cleanses sins Its thorns are reddish in color. It is Lord Rama's favorite tree. And in such a tree, the Pandavas hid their weapons, wrapping it in white cloth and placing it so it would not be seen. And before Sri Ram set off for the search of Sita, he also worshipped Shami, S-H-A-M-I. During the worship of Lord Gajanan, importance is given to Durva and Shami. There's a tradition of offering 21 of these during puja. It is also important during Navratri in the worship of Ma. The Shami tree, in the time of Mahabharata, the Pandavas, Arjuna, Nakul, Sahadev, Bhim, etc., in the hollow of this tree, they hid their weapons. Again, the point being made, in the worship of Shami, special prayers are recited. I said one a while ago. I mentioned Sri Ram. He worshipped Shami before going to further ahead. And devotees, it goes on and on and on. I will stop reading from the notes there. And the point I am making is, if we have been following carefully, in the worship of Lord Ganesh, the importance of plants, of trees, of leaves. And this takes us directly to the importance of the environment. So worshiping Lord Ganesh is not simply the Lord who removes obstacles. He is much, much more than that. It drives home the point very forcefully of how important it is for us to be mindful of the environment. And I'm not going to give an environmental lesson or lecture, but it is good to think about it. Now, you will hear, and it was written in a newspaper, that they're going to drown Lord Ganesh. Can anybody drown God? But that was the headline of the article. Then some make a lot of noise about the number of murti being placed in the water. Once it is biodegradable, there is no problem. But if the murti is made of material that is not biodegradable or environmentally friendly, then there's a problem. We have to bear that in mind. So devotees, without going any further, I leave the point there, and I want to drive home forcefully the use of the Shami leaves in the worship of Lord Ganesh by giving an incident. There was a queen. She was having problems, not with her children, not with the maid, not with the neighbors, but you guess who? The king. So right away, it drives home the point of relationships between husband and wife. And that's a big one. Because if that relationship is stable, healthy, sound, and strong, the family will be likewise, and the home will be a heaven and not a hell. So those who are married, take note. Those who want to get married, think twice. I didn't say to get married. Just think and think again. Are you ready for that commitment? For the trust, for the communication? Because trust is a must in a relationship. Communication before confrontation. And worship, not gossip. So, this queen was having a real problem with the king. And I don't have to go and identify you the kind of problems wives have with their husbands. Oh God. It's too well documented, too well known for me to use this precious time to tell you the problem that wives are having with their husbands. Now, vice versa, it could be the other way too. But the story is the wife, the queen, is having problems with the king. And what was one of the major problems? He neglected her. Although she did and she had no notice, no mention, no compliments, Nothing whatsoever, like there's no relationship. And this is one of the worst things we could do to each other, to neglect one another, to treat others as though they are nothing and nobody. That's the worst thing anybody could do. Nobody likes to feel like that. Nobody. So it was a case of neglect. And when we neglect the wife, notice they don't say better half or other half or next half. And not in that. When we neglect the wife, we are asking for trouble. Because according to our dharma, Shanti Patni. Pati Parmeshwar, but Shanti Patni. In the home, the wife represents peace. And if the wife is not peaceful and happy, the home becomes topsy-turvy. As Manu says, in the home where the wife cries and sheds tears of pain, that home will fall. So it's a powerful lesson for all of us as males and children to ensure the mothers and the wives are taken care of and they are happy. Because remember, they are like the foundation of the home. And if the foundation is weak, then everything falls down. So he neglected her so much, it affected her to such an extent, she didn't feel like living anymore. And that's the worst we could ever reach, where you see no joy, you find no happiness, there's no peace, you can't sleep, you have no appetite, nothing makes sense to you. Everything just becomes so painful, so unbearable. And I guess we have experienced that also, through rejection and other problems. She reached the stage, the last stage, where she said to herself, my life is making no sense, let me end it. And our religion does not support that. Suicide. We can't talk about it, but it's a growing problem. And one of the major reasons is depression. Depression is a serious problem among human beings. So, those thoughts enter her mind. But at least she was smart enough. She said to herself, let me at least consult my Guruji. And I hope you're listening. There are many support systems in Hinduism. If the husband fails or the wife fails, there is Guruji. I don't think Guru will fail, but some of us don't have a good relationship with Guruji, so we don't even go in there. If you remember in the marriage ceremony, there's the tag part. Well, the elder brother will place around the neck of the Dulahin that cord of protection. And Baba will say, if ever there is stress or strain in the relationship, he is authorized to intervene, not interfere. He's authorized to intervene, to put you on the sit-down, counsel you, advise you, and put you back on track. That's a great support system. The Guru also is a tremendous support system for you and I. Are we able to use the Guruji? When I say use, if you know what I mean. Seek his counsel, his advice, his guidance. And based on what is said, you act accordingly. So it means, therefore, we all should have a Guru. And if the Guru has died, adopt someone. And you know, not under 5 years, please. Above that. And then you know who's a Guru. You had Guru Purnima celebration, I won't go into that. So she consulted Guruji, and Guruji said, my daughter, of the 8.4 million species of creation, you are the apex, man is at the top, because Vidhata ne gyan deta hai. God has blessed with the faculty of thought, the powers of analysis. We can think, we can reason. We are not animals, we don't have horn and tail. So why are you thinking like that? No. He advised her to commence immediately, sincerely, consistently, the worship of Lord Ganesh. By the Guruji telling her to do this, one can insinuate that perhaps what was missing in her life was a spiritual dimension. What was missing was the spiritual dimension. Or perhaps you are worshiping everybody else except Lord Ganesh. We don't know which. But we all know man is a spiritual being. And we ought to be spiritually strong. That's why all these occasions come. And devotees, this is the greatest of Sanatan Dharma. There is no other religion on the face of this earth which provides so many wonderful opportunities for us to come and to perform meditation, devotion, and to spiritualize our lives so we can face the challenges of life. Ganesh Utsav is one such. And it is said those who are spiritually strong will always be better prepared to face life and to overcome the challenges of life. In times of adversity, the spiritually strong who survive. Everybody has perished. They are washed away in the flood of worries. So continue to worship the Lord. So she made preparations. And now following the advice of Guruji, Mantra Mulam Guru Vakyam, the word of Guru is a mantra. We have to respect it, honor it, obey it. And when we do so, we shall see the benefit of it. This queen who was neglected, who was on the verge of giving up her life, who found no happiness, she is now a devotee of Lord Ganesh, worshipping him very sincerely. She said, Jaya Shivanandana Parvati Nandana He Gajanana He Gajanana Vigna Vinashana He Gajanana Vighna Vinashana Jaya Shivanandana Jaya Shivanandana Parvati Nandana He is there such a thing as an unanswered prayer? Is there such a thing? Can there be such a thing as an unanswered prayer? Devotees, prayers have power. It is through the power of prayer that the Lord will work in our favor. And if what I want now is not coming, it doesn't mean that what I want, it could be what I want is not good for me yet. But devotees, what I deserve will come my way. So I do my best and leave the rest in the hands of the Lord. There's no need to become frustrated, to turn away, and to condemn your religion, your faith, and your God. Devotees, one thing was happening in her prayer. While her prayer was sincere, her words were powerful, her need was great, her pain was even greater. When she decided to make the offerings that you have been doing night after night, she could not get any dope grass. And you can do two things if what is required cannot be found. You can say, forget it. You could try or you could substitute. You decide. Now, this is one of the problems in our dharma. You have the philosophy, perfect. You have the myths and legends, you have the rites and rituals. Many a time the confusion and the problem comes with the performance of the rites and rituals. It has to be done this way or that way or the other way, and so we're going. When Bhagwan said, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, what exactly he wants is a love from our heart. If we can get the required ingredients based upon the scriptural injunctions, so be it. But if it cannot be found, then what do? Sometimes, for example, we have made adjustments. You can't find gobar, you put a supari. You can't find some places away mango leaf, so you use whatever leaf is available. And so you can go on and on. Devotees, as he told Shivari, remember Ramayana? When she said, Adhamate yadhamaya dhammayate nari tinamahame mati mandaga vari. Sri Ram said, Kah Raghupati suno, Kah Raghupati suno bhamini bata manahu ye ka bhakti kar nata. We join. Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Devotees, she says she's the lowest of the low. You know the Katha I'm reminding you. No education, etc. No parents, I'm an orphan, no friend, no husband, no children, no house. Shri Ram said, I ask you for all that. What will I do with that? No connection, no friend, no wealth, nothing whatsoever. Shri Ram says that if you have education, you have good looks, if you have a nice house, you have plenty of money and jewelry and car and whatever, that's for you. I don't want that. That doesn't make me happy. What matters to me is the love that you have for me. Let us be guided by these words of the Lord. Bhagwan Krishna himself will say, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. A drop of water, it is say coconut water, it is say wasa water, it is say coconut water. A leaf, it is say what kind of leaf? Whatever is available based upon the circumstances and the environmental conditions, use it and offer it with love. Devotees. So here, she couldn't find the doob grass. Instead, upon the advice of Guruji, she used shami leaves to worship Lord Ganesh. Devotees, such was her devotion. Such was her sincerity. When she did the worship of Lord Ganesh, she felt that inner peace, inner joy. Now, this is something called prayer. If the prayer I use could change the world and you, well, that's great. But the prayer is meant to change me. It's meant to change my thinking, my perception, how I view everything. And when I get it right inside, I will get it right outside. So, she found peace. No thoughts about, you know what she was thinking before. No thoughts of that. She found inner strength, inner joy, inner peace. And devotees, that night she went to sleep and she had a peaceful night's sleep. But during the course of the night, she had a dream. And devotees, we all dream. According to the experts, by the time we die, we would have dreamt 300,000 dreams. Now don't ask me how they know that. We all had over 300,000 dreams. What kind of dreams are they? They are good dreams and they are nightmares, no? She had a wonderful dream. And I hope it will happen to somebody tonight, including myself. In that dream, Lord Ganapati Baba appeared. Ganesh Bhagwan. He appeared before her devotee in the dream. And the Lord spoke. And the Lord said, my daughter, I understand your pain. And devotees, God does know our pain because He's Antaryamin, He's the indwelling force. So He must know. I understand your pain, my child. Things will change for the better. Worry not. And so devotees, the Ganapati Baba also said, you will get better treatment from the king. And on top of that, his problem, his unhappiness is he wants a son. And you're married for a number of years and there are no children. You will also have a son. So look how many things began to take place just through the sincere devotion of this individual. We pause to acknowledge and, well, welcome is already his temple with you all. Your spiritual leader, Pandit Mahadev Prasad. Welcome, Panditji. Jai Ganapati. You came at a good time and I'm giving them good news. So that's a good sign. Yeah. Okay. So Ganapati Baba appeared and said, things will change, it'll turn for the better, you'll get better treatment. And on top of that, the problem will go, you'll have a son. You'll have a son. And he'll be a noble son, not any kind of son. Not a Dhundukari, but a Gaukaran. Devotees. And Lord Ganesh finally said in that dream when he appeared to her, when you have that son, my child, give him one of my names. I hope you're remembering that. Anybody expecting a baby? But don't make no promise. Or if you intend to have another one, or many more, the names of the Lord. And there are many instances, like a Jamil called his son Narayan, wicked man, time to die, soul can't leave. He began to call out to his son. But in calling out to his son, the Narayan also the name of Vishnu Bhagwan, and that was able to release him from the pain of death. So we can continue to give our children those wonderful names. Wonderful names. And I hope, devotees, too many a time we fall for what is taking place. I remember when Sunil Gavaskar was the big master blaster from India. This couple was having a child and they said, if we have a boy, we'll call him Gavaskar. It turned out to be a girl. What are you doing that for? Why are you doing that? Devotees. Give them names with full of meaning. Meaning. Religious names, the names of the divine Lord. So when we say it, we also call in God's name. We also are blessed by it. However, devotees, Lord Ganesh said, finally, it's a long dream. He spoke quite a bit with her. He says, give him one of my names, but at the age of 4, there'll be a big problem. But I will help you. Devotees, she couldn't sleep. She was extremely happy, couldn't wait for dawn to break. Next morning, she went to the king. Well, he done it taking she on. But she still told him the wonderful dream she had. And devotees, the words of the Lord came to pass. A son was born. The dream made her happy, the appearance of the sun made her more happy. And devotees, true to the word of the dreamer Lord Ganesh, at the age of 4, the child short-lived. He died from some poisoning. Now, we have all experienced the death of a near and dear one. That could be a shattering blow. Like a drop of glass on the ground, it breaks into thousands of pieces. Can't come back again, so it takes a long time. Even though time can heal and reveal and conceal, but it takes a long, long time. So devotees, from happiness to sadness, I remember this is the way life goes. Surdas puts it beautifully in his bhajan. Hotanaye kasar manusabudina hotanaye kasaman hotanaye kasar manusabudina hotanaye opposites. Sukh Dukh, Din Raat, Raja Rang. We have all of these pairs of opposites. Tulsidas puts it beautifully in the beginning of Ramayana. He says, in this world of pairs of opposites, we have to do like the bird, the swan. If milk and water mixed, the beak of the swan has certain enzyme to extract the milk of happiness and reject the water of worthlessness. Another example, sugar and sand mixed together. The sand had that discriminative power like Ganesh Baba, Vivek, to extract the sugar of sweetness and leave the sand of worthlessness. So too, there'll be good times, bad times, joyful times, painful times. We have to act accordingly. It's up to you and I, devotees. So, from happiness, rejection, unhappiness, rejection, now to happiness. Unhappiness, death of the sun. Devotees should remember the words of Lord Ganesh. And I want to ask you very simply, from time to time, pause as you live your life and try to remember the words of your parents. If they are wrong, fine. If they're no longer wrong, remember their words. What advice did they give us? In what direction did they want us to go? And not only the words of our parents, but the words of the saints and sages, the rishis, and the words of the scriptures. And if we are always mindful of them, then we can go only one way. Aage chale bahuri rakhurai. Onward, forward, and Godward, and upward. That's the only way we could go. So devotees, remember the words of Lord Ganesh. she now made preparations to dispose of the body of her son. You can imagine the pain. As the bhajan says, today you're dressed in your crown and your gown, you're going to get married, there's a barat, but it's a marriage procession. The next day is a procession, but it's a funeral procession with dead. That's how life is. And so, when the preparations were made, devotees, they placed the boy, you all know about this, I don't have to go all of that, and tremendous unhappiness, seeing that child 4 years old. Devotees, at that point in time, remember Lord Ganesh said he will appear to help her? Devotees, here a holy man appeared, and this is something again we tend to not quite remember. If God doesn't come himself, somebody will come, or something will happen to make us understand this is the grace of God. So a sage appeared and told her, get shami leaves. Get the shami leaves, soak it in water, sprinkle it on the dead body of the boy. Offer all your blessings. Say all that you know in form of prayer to Lord Ganesh. Pray sincerely and leave the rest in the hands of the Lord. Devotees, as Tulsidas brought the dead woman's husband back to life, as Sri Ram did that so many a time, through the grace of Lord Ganesh and by following the advice of the sage, who undoubtedly could have been Lord Ganesh in that form, but he said, I will help you. That son was restored to life. So devotees, the point being made, as I said at the beginning, is that shami leaves also used in the worship of Lord Ganesh. So, there are 21 different leaves we can use. Whatever is available, so be it. And we mentioned the tulsi leaf, the bay leaf, and there's also the shami leaves. Devotees, I conclude by asking you to join with me as we glorify Lord Ganesh once again. We don't know what we have to face because we don't know the future. But we do know, as the Lord says, think of me, serve me, honor me, worship me, and bow down to me, and I shall be near and dear to you. Take sham nityam bhyuktanam yokshimam vaham yaham. I shall look after your needs, guarantee your safety. But think of me, serve me, honor me, worship me, and bow down to me. This queen did that. Faced all kinds of difficulties, but she held on to her faith and belief. What are you holding on to in life? If you're not holding on to something that's constructive and developmental and based on sound spirituality, then devotees all will fall apart. Hold on to the words of God. Hold on to your faith. A man without faith is like a tree without roots. Our effort will take us to the foot of the mountain. Our faith will make us climb it. So with faith and belief, we glorify Lord Ganesh. Jai 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 Ganapati Ganaraju. Jai 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 Ganapati Ganaraju. Jai 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 Ganapati Ganaraju. Mangala Bharan Karan Shubha Bhaju. Mangala Bharan Karan Shubha Bhaju. Jai 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 Ganapati Ganaraju. Jai 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 Ganapati Ganaraju. Jai 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 to share with you. I hope it's understood, and it is now up to you. Blessings of Lord Ganesh upon one and all. So, we shall now have the Havan by Pandit Vinayak. We join together and we say Swaha.
Om Bhurvaswa Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Om Gam Ganapatye Namah Swaha Om Umamaheshwaraya Swaha Om Gauri Mata Swaha Om Panchlok Palevaya Swaha Om Suryari Navgrah Devta Swaha Om Agin Devta Swaha Om Shri Lakshmi Mata Swaha Om Dum Durgaya Namah Swaha Om M Shri Sharadaya Swaha Om Shri Kalika Devi Swaha Om Hariye Namah Swaha Om Sita Ramachandraya Swaha Om Shri Radha Krishna Govindaya Swaha Om Hanumantaya Swaha Om Ish Devta Swaha Om Kul Devta Swaha Om Stan Devta Swaha Om Gram Devta Swaha Om Itat Karan Pradhan Devta Swaha Om Vastu Devta Swaha Om 33 Karo Devta Swaha Om Sarva Devta Swaha Om Sarva Devi Swaha Om Shri Anantarupaya Swaha Om Shri Guru Devaya Swaha. Please all stand. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachate Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. लड्डुअन का भोग लगे संजय करो सेवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. एक दंत दयावंत शरिभुजधारी. माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूष की सवारी. धन्य दयावंत चारि भुजाधारी माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा अंधन को आँख देता कोरियन को काया बंजन को पुत्र देता निर्धन को माया अंधन को आँख देता कोरियन को काया बंजन को पुत्र देता निर्धन को माया जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा पान चले फूल चरे और चरे मेवा कदुवन का भोग लगे संजय करो सेवा पान छले फूल चरे और चरे मेवा लड्डुअन का भोग लगे संजय कर सेवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा
ॐ गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया ॐ गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ॐ नमो श्री गजाननां सिद्धिविनायक गजानना जय गौरी सुताय गजानना जीवनन्दन गजानना ॐ नमो श्री गजानना सिद्धिविनायक गजानना जय गौरी सुताय गजानना जीवनन्दन गजानना ॐ नमो श्री गजानना सिद्धिविनायक गजानना जय गौरी सुताय गजानना जीवनन्दन गजानना वक्रतुण्डाय गजानना एकदन्ताय गजानना श्रीलम्बोदराय गजानना करनाय गजानना वक्रतुण्डाय गजानना श्रीएकदन्ताय गजानना श्रीलम्बोदराय गजानना शूर्पकर्णाय गजानना ॐ नमो श्री गजानना सिद्धिविनायक गजानना जय गौरी सुताय गजानना जीवनन्दन गजानना ॐ नमो श्री गजानना सिद्धिविनायक गजानना जय गौरी सुताय गजानना जीवनन्दन गजानना वक्रतुण्डाय गजानना श्रीएकदन्ताय गजानना श्रीलम्बोदराय गजानना शूर्पकर्णाय गजानना वक्रतुण्डाय गजानना श्रीएकदन्ताय गजानना श्रीलम्बोदराय गजानना शूर्पकर्णाय गजानना ॐ नमो श्री गजानना सिद्धिविनायक गजानना जय गौरी सुताय गजानना जीवनन्दन गजानना
Boli Sri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Devotees, as you stand on the 2 feet of courage and manliness with faith and belief, pray for yourselves, your near and dear ones, for continued blessings, guidance, help and protection. You heard of this individual who suffered rejection and so many other difficulties, and through sincere devotion and through the grace of Lord Ganesh, it all worked out well. So it's only a matter of time for you and for all of us. Keep the faith, continue doing your best. Leave the rest in the hands of the Lord. We join in closing prayer. Om Mangalam Asmad Gurunam Mangalam Me Astu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Om Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu Om Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Om Sarvesham Purn Bhavatu Om Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchit Dukh Bhag Bhavet. O Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Garudhvajam Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalayatano Hari Om Avahanam Na Janami Visarjanam Pujam Chaiva Na Janami Chammatam Padmeshwara Tvameva Matai Cha Pitai Tvameva Bandhu Shcha Sakha Tvameva त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, आदि शक्ति स्वाहा माता की जय, उरैसा जगन्नाथ की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, बोले श्री गुरु महाराज की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की शुभ मस्तु कल्याण वस्तु। आपको धन्यवाद, सच्चे आशीर्वाद। आप लोग बैठ जाएंगे। पाहिमाम त्राहिमाम। May the blessing of Lord Ganesh be upon you. Continue to make the week a meaningful one, devotees. Sitaram.